60 Minutes Lesley Stahl did a special recently on CBS's 60 Minutes, and her special was focused on the transgender youth, and she dared to raise concerns about the matter, because they take children and try to brainwash them and convince them that their body dysmorphia is a rational and logical thing that they should actually cater to with puberty blockers and with actually considering medical castration in the up and coming future. So, of course, GLAAD, an advocacy organization for the LGBTQ, aka the alphabet sex cult, they slammed the piece, of course, because they want to be free to prey upon kids and push this anti-science, anti-biology, fictional identity myths on children, no matter how psychologically and physically damaging it is. The fact that there's even a term called trans youth is already an offense. But the greater offense among all of the offenses is the fact that these medical institutes support this, as they call it, affirming age-appropriate care for trans youth and guidelines for such care that are safe and well established. Well established based upon what? Based upon pseudoscience? Based upon one's feelings about the matter, which is ever changing because they're always inserting and coming up with new alphabet identities. What was an identity one year multiplies into 20 more identities the following year. But the fact that these organizations exist in America and they feel safe enough to exist in America is just a prime example, not just for America, but for a lot of the Western world, how far we have fallen. That we're willing to allow these pedophile sex cults, as I call them, to prey upon children and push not just this moral abomination onto kids, but this anti-biological and psychological damaging abomination onto children. And having the audacity to say that this supports any sort of medical proof or medical logic that exists out there. Because we've seen the scientists who had the audacity to show that they have integrity and actually stand for science and the truth and proof that exists within the medical field when it comes to this issue. Every scientist who have dared to speak out against it has been defunded and has been fired. This is an insidious agenda where there should be no arguing about it. There should be no debating about it. There should just be flat out zero tolerance for it. Zero tolerance for it. I mean, people's lives should feel at risk for pushing this bullshit. For pushing bullshit like the Ellen Pages of the world calling themselves Elliot. For pushing the bullshit of puberty blockers. Just the utter insanity of it all. And CBS is getting slammed for showing a small bit of sense doing a piece about this that actually calls into question whether we should be concerned for the children at all. I mean, there's even a debate going on right now about pride events and children being in attendance when it's just full of a bunch of BDSM freaks and pervs. You even see footage where you have naked men or men who are just in their underwear dancing in front of children sexually. This alphabet agenda shouldn't be tolerated. It should be completely unacceptable, and I think people need to be far more forceful about it. That's all I have to say about this bullshit.